Good morning and welcome to the Real Monica Adams Show. This is the real. Like this is stripped down and raw real Monica Adams. I have no product in my hair. I have no makeup on. How willing are all of you to be real? I mean, for real. I am here with one of my best friends. Sherrie Anderson is going to be on with me today, and we're going to do exactly what you asked for, which is a makeup tutorial. And I really love the idea that Sherrie came up with, and that is to take all of you from your daytime look, and then what can you do to quickly, like maybe going from the office, going out on a nice date with your husband, your partner, a group of girlfriends, a bunch of couples getting together, and you're like, oh wow, I want to glam it up a little bit. So we're going to go from the daytime look and we're going to transition to a night out on the town. So Sherrie Anderson is one of, and I said, my dearest friends, but the best. And I mean this. This is not just because she's right over here next to me, but I said it yesterday, so I'm not fibbing here. I've been in the business for a long time, doing television, doing spokesperson work, modeling years ago. I've never seen a better makeup artist, hair and makeup for that matter. We're going to talk about her illustrious career that is going up and up and up into higher level, getting ready to go to New York Fashion Week, Paris, as well as opening her dream. And that is right around the corner. So this is the beautiful woman that I am talking about. Sheer Studios is coming. She's known as Sheer Sherrie, and we are down in the Chesterfield area with our mobile Monica version. So Sherrie's going to join me on that. Before we get to our big makeup tutorial show, let me just kind of give you some news you can use and break down the weather for you. Sherrie, when I walked in, had a coat on, and I was like, trust me, you're going to be stripping those layers off because over the next 3 days, are you ready for this? It's almost going to feel like spring or summer. 65. I mean, seriously, mid 60s here over the next couple of days. Now, today, we're going to have some clouds again as you're going out this morning, maybe partly cloudy. Hopefully, the sun will shine its head for the majority of our area later into the afternoon. Low to mid 50s for the high today. And then again, 60s. Now, there is a model showing a possibility of some rain moving in depending on where you live tomorrow. And that will just be like maybe a little pop up or a little sprinkle here and there. Nothing to be concerned about. But 60s, come on. You got to love that as we kick off February already tomorrow. So on the wrap up of January, it's January 31st. It's 7:02 in the morning, and you cannot complain about this weather. Good morning to all of you. Let's see. Good morning, Monica and Sherrie. You still look good a la naturel. Well, thank you. The beautiful and talented Sherrie Anderson is here, yes, to do a makeup tutorial. Marilyn, good morning. Excited for today. Bill says good morning. Sean, good morning. For all of you that are brand new to the show, understand that I love when you interact. So any questions you have for me or Sherrie throughout the show, if you say, hey, there was a girl the other day that said, when I put makeup on, I look like a clown. She's like, it's too much. Or I think the one big thing is the foundation color. Is that not matching? What does that do with the skin? Is there lines here, etc.? We're going to ask Sherrie, what are the things that people do wrong? The biggest things that she sees that people do wrong that you can just make small little changes. And I'm going to say this right now. Everybody thinks you have to spend an exorbitant amount of money on makeup. That's not necessarily true. Okay. And I think she's shaking her head over there and she's saying no. But I'll ask her, what are the things that you want us to spend a little bit more on? What are the most important things? Like, hey, if you're going to go and say, is it my foundation? Is it my blush? Is it, for my eyes, my lips, whatever? I'll go through, and if you want to give some of your favorite brands too. Yeah. Okay. So we'll have Sherrie do that as well. Good morning. Okay. See, somebody just said I'm a clown on my eyes. We'll talk about all that. Let me say this. I was just giving you the gorgeous weather that we're having, but I want to tell you something. There's one state that has just reached for the season 100 inches of snow. 100 inches. Where is it? Anchorage, Alaska. Okay. They have already beat where they normally are, and we're still into the season. They're on track, by the way, to beat the record, which is in like 130 inches. We should talk to Beckett about that when we see him on Monday. Beckett Moore with our What the Weather segment, and he'll be back on Monday after he is at the Storm Chaser event, which is coming up in Dallas, Texas on Thursday and Friday. Looking forward to that. Linda says, great topic today. Thank you, Sherrie and Monica. Yeah, we're going to get to that. I also want to tell you about the things that are coming up this afternoon. A lot of you asked for the Wet Your Whistle Wednesday to come back. It's back. 4 o'clock this afternoon, we will be joined by Chuck Gillantine at Defiance Ridge Vineyards. And you will see Chuck and myself every Wednesday sitting down. Today, we're actually going to be sampling 3 different wines, whites and reds, and talk about the Valentine's dinners coming up, his farmhouse dinners that he has, trivia nights, incredible music that he's got booked. If you've never been to Defiance Ridge Vineyards, I am going to showcase it today at 4 o'clock. Please be there. You'll have a good time with that. And then tomorrow we kick off Positive Talk Time. Yes, I am saying it right. Paw, like our doggies. Positive Talk Time with Yuppie Puppies Forever Rescue and Yuppie Puppy Pet Spa in Cottleville. That takes place tomorrow with Jessica Cook. I cannot wait for that. And we've got Blue Bonnet up for adoption. There's several animals, but that's the one. She is a baby that's so gorgeous. In fact, when they rescued her, actually, Sherrie will like this, right around the Mexico-Texas border, she was pregnant, but she was so scared that she did not deliver until she was safe and warm and in the care of Yuppie Puppies Forever Rescue. I know, it's making me cry. And then there's babies from that litter that are also up for adoption. So we'll talk about Blue Bonnet and all that. I can't wait for these upcoming segments. Somebody said, as I age and I use face cream before makeup, my photos, I have a very dry look. Great questions, great topics. All of these. Good morning, Monica and Sherrie. Thank you for today's topic. You two are the best. So excited for Wet Your Whistle. All of you. Okay, well, it's all coming for you. When I tell you that I want you to be a big part of the show, I mean it, that I will do the things that you ask us to do. So let's do this. Today, our mobile Monica live in the Chesterfield Valley, and Sherrie Anderson joins me when we return. Envita Health and Wellness, where you can feel your best both inside and out. Envita isn't your typical med spa. They're a multi-specialty medical spa and wellness center serving St. Louis and its surrounding areas. They have ketamine for mental health and pain, IV therapy, medical weight loss, and aesthetics treatments. As board-certified anesthesia providers, Envita can ensure that their advanced treatments are provided safely with minimal to no pain. So let Envita take care of you. Call 314-394-0950 to book an appointment or online EnvitaHealthAndWellness.com. We need women to lift women up. Let's do that.
Being on Monica's show, it was like one of the best interviews I've ever had.
Monica's very real, and she really cares about people.
She's changing lives.
Changing lives.
I think this is just really what people want to see.
Giving back so much to the community, and I really appreciate it.
Today, Monica was extraordinarily real, not only with me, but with her viewers and her listeners.
Made the interview process like talking to a friend.
How are you doing? Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a few weeks.
Hey. You're close.
Monica. Whoa.
So go out in this world and be anything you want to be. But before you do that, first, be kind. Let's go. Thank you to all that have been a part of the show last year. We've got some incredible testimonials. And thank you again to Zach Kimball for putting all of that together. It means the world to me. Trust me, it really does. Okay, so if you're just tuning in, you can see I am stripped down and as raw as I could possibly be. Look at this hair. Look at this face. I need some help. And everybody's saying that they love this topic. Let me bring my beautiful, dear friend, Sherrie Anderson in. There she is.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. So Sherrie is partly over here. Yeah. Sherrie is getting ready to follow her dream. And we mentioned that on the show. You were on with me a few months back.
Yeah, you were the first to tell it.
Yes. Breaking news. So we talked, let me bring this here. We talked about following your dreams and leaping, and you did it, girl. You are underway. You're hoping maybe in the next few months? Spring? Yeah,
spring 2024. So hopefully April, May.
Oh, I'm so excited for this. We're going to show you some little renderings and things like that she's getting ready for. We're also talking about you leaving. When are you leaving for New York?
Saturday.
And by the way, let me make sure that you can hear her. So I'm going to bring this microphone closer. So Saturday, and you're there for how long?
A week, a little over a week.
And this is the third time?
Yes.
Third time that you've gone. Now, you went originally to New York Fashion Week and did the design and everything, but then you were asked to lead. What does that mean to you?
Oh, it's huge. I love everything about it. I love that I can help sprinkle not only my dream but everybody else's dream too. So coming to life and getting everybody so excited, I love seeing that.
And
So
how many people on your team?
so this time around 25. Last time I had multiples. I can't even tell you a number. Just know that I worked 18-hour days last time.
I was going to say how many hours, because you did your own designing and then you were leading multiple teams. And what happened at the very end, the last day before you left? This is awesome.
That was really cool. So I did the closing show, and I finally got to sit down. You know, I was wearing heels all day. I'm not going to not wear heels.
Of course not.
And
It's all about fashion, girl.
Exactly. And so Mr. Ted Gibson came and sat next to me and said, "What are you doing tomorrow?" I was like, "Going home." He's like, "Well, I want you to do the Anna Delvey show with me." I'm like, "Excuse me? What? Can you say that again?" So I got to say another day, and myself and one other stylist got to work together and do the Anna Delvey. So it literally broke the
So for
internet.
people who might not know her,
Oh, I would say she's a fashion icon. She's known worldwide. She was a con artist, a young female, and she did what she was set out to do, and everybody knows who she is. So she's out of prison and on house arrest.
but she was on house arrest, right?
Yes, she had her fancy little heels on with her little ankle bracelet, and yeah, so we got all the models ready, and they shuttled them to her, and they did the runway up on the rooftop in the rain.
And what did your daughter say to you the other day?
When
she was what? What did she say? She's like, "Mom, what did she say?"
she's like, "Mom, we're gonna go to prison now?"
Yeah.
No, Dana, no, that's not how it works. I do hair, I do makeup, I do all that. But
She had shackles on. No.
Right.
If you're just tuning in, this is Sherrie Anderson, one of my dearest friends. And, here's the thing. We talk about friendships, and you can have lifelong friends. You can have seasoners,
Yes.
reasoners, or lifers. You and I know.
Lifer.
There, see? We know we're lifers, but we have only met, though, within the last, 5 years now, maybe?
Yeah, I think 5 years.
So she and I met through a mutual friend, Mark, by the way. Thank you so much for introducing us. He was spot on when he said we are twins.
Yes.
We have so much in common. It's ridiculous.
Mhm.
And the other thing that I love is that there are some people who they sit there and think, oh, there's such a big age difference. You're not going to have anything in common. So Sherrie is about, what do you know? 30.
Does that matter?
Well, it shouldn't,
38,
is what I'm
38,
saying.
Right.
52. 38, 52. We have so much in common, though, that it's not like you have a breakdown and, oh, you don't know what I'm saying. It is fun, though. Sometimes I'll say stuff in here and she'll go, I've never heard that. And I'm like, oh, there's a difference in age. Okay,
Well, to be fair, single household with a Mexican mama, like, I don't understand some of these things. So you got to teach me your ways, Monica.
I will. Oh, I will, senseis. Sherrie is going to do something that all of you have asked, which is a makeup tutorial. And she's the one that came up with the idea. I think this is a great one. How many people do you have that say, I just want to go from the office and out on a nice date? Probably a lot.
All the time. Yeah.
And that's where you came up with the idea, right?
Yeah.
Is there a lot that goes into the transition?
Not really. Just a little pop here and there, and you're good to go.
Okay, so anybody that has questions along the way, and some people have said, let's address some of them, Sherrie, before we get into it all. There are some people that say, when I put makeup on, I look like I have a clown makeup on my eyes.
Wait,
what are they
is it
doing
a
wrong?
Beautiful clown, though? 'Cause
Yeah,
that
the
matters.
smiley clown.
Yeah, smiley clown, mad clown, crying clown.
We don't want a
cry.
mad one, and don't cry. It's just
Okay.
too much.
Okay, there is such thing as too much, but it depends on what you're doing. Like if you're going on camera, if you're going on stage at a fitness show, are you going on the runway? Like what are we doing? So I guess it depends on
Probably every day.
every day.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe just go a little bit lighter, not so heavy on like the pigments and things like that.
Okay, and then let's see. Someone said, as I age and I use face cream before makeup, my photos, I have a very dry look.
Well, I would definitely say, are you drinking enough water throughout the day? I think, like I said before, when we went on TV, we're like plants. You got to keep hydrated. So it starts from the inside and it reflects on the outside. So are you drinking enough water? Is your diet okay? Once that happens, then maybe make sure that you're moisturizing and using the right skincare, even at night, and then apply something that's not matte.
Okay. And, she and I go back and forth on this. When I would do my makeup before I met Sherrie, I was very big on always doing gloss. I still do like it, but you're more of a fan of matte. Why is that?
Because sometimes, I love a good little glimmer, shimmer, illuminator, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think matte sometimes just the reflection, it looks better in picture.
Okay. Because can you all see here? Let me do this.
Uh-oh.
No, let's try it. We're having fun today. If you're just tuning in, by the way, welcome in. And I am talking with Sherrie Anderson. We're down in the Chesterfield Valley. Here, can you hold that? I want to show this. Let's go closer in on you.
Oh,
Come on. Okay, now put the mic back down. Go. Yeah. What is that color? Look how pretty it is. Look how pretty she is.
oh, you're sweet.
What is that color?
It's just a Fenty gloss. I'll tell you a little bit later a little trick about matching your lip.
Oh, I love the tricks. Okay, so we're going to get underway, and then I'm going to look at some of the comments, and as you're doing what you're doing, we'll describe everything and why you're doing what you're doing. We'll answer some of the questions. So as you're tuning in this morning, again, thank you. If you ever want to be a part of the show, or sponsors that want to be a part of the show, there's my email address down on the screen, info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com. Let's see. Rose says, Sherrie, brown sunspots on my face. Nothing works to hide them.
Well, are you using a tinted moisturizer or using a foundation? I would go a little bit lighter if they're darker than your actual skin, to go lighter on those particular areas and then cover.
Because I have these little ones that popped up. But by the way, if you would like to get them taken care of.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to mix some of my friends together. Sarah, Dr. Sarah Franco at Invita Health and Wellness. Mm-hmm. She says, oh, Monica, those can be gone like that. It's very crazy, but she said that, here, I'll show you close. Well, I don't know. I'd have to never mind. They are little brown spots, like age spots that have popped up. But she said that they can do like a little lasering, I guess, on them. And then it just kind of falls off.
That's cool.
Isn't that amazing?
That's amazing.
So if you want to cover them up with makeup, you can do that. Hi, Linda. Happy hump day to you. Shar, good morning. Terry, beautiful. Good evening from the Philippines. We have so many people that watch us from the Philippines. Yeah, give us a little background.
I love a little Filipino food, a little pancit. Oh,
what's that? Oh, you and I need to go.
Pancit, it's like
what is it?
Pasta. I know I'm saying pasta, but it's not pasta. It's just some sort of noodly dish, and it's so savory. And then lumpias are their version of an egg roll, which I'm not crazy about egg rolls, but lumpias, so good. That's Mexico, not
I know, but that's what you and I like to do
that's
together. Kathy, good morning. Tony, good morning. And let's see, you both are blessed with true beauty. Thank you. Okay, Marilyn says she does drink 64 to 72 ounces a day.
That's awesome. So then we'll talk about moisturizers, the right stuff, your skincare at night and in the morning. It all matters. And then just what you apply before and after. Just don't go too matte on your face if you're feeling extra dry. But everybody, to include myself, is extra dry during these winter crazy weathers. I don't even know why, but yeah, it's a thing.
So we need more moisturizer and we need more sun and vitamin D, which we'll have. I want to welcome everybody, by the way. I did this for you because I know a big part of your platform is Instagram. So guess what?
Are you?
We are. Okay, everybody, we are growing and growing and growing this show. So as you know, we launched on Facebook, my business and my personal pages, and then YouTube. Then last week, without telling all of you, we launched on X, which is formerly Twitter, and today debuting on Instagram. Okay, so before we start, Stephanie says, Sherrie, I have blue eyes. Is it okay to wear blue eyeshadow with blue eyes?
I say yes. Oh. You can break the rules every once in a while. Like sometimes you want to do the complementary colors for a little extra pop, but there's nothing wrong with like accenting with your same color.
So blue eyeshadow used to be a thing in the 80s.
Totally, all the way up to the brows.
Yes. And so what do you think about that?
I think that's a no-no.
Why?
Because that's out with the old, in with the new.
So but that's not, it's interesting because we see fashion trends come back. Do you see that kind of circle with makeup as well?
Yeah. So last season, I did a shoot with David Henry. I do that all the time. He's incredible. He's a great guy. But anyway.
HDDH.
Right. So we did this beautiful model and we did a heavy turquoise eye and it was just beautiful. It was stunning. It really popped. So yeah, definitely. You can play around. It just depends on what you're doing for the day.
Okay. And so let's talk about eyes because that's the one thing that she knows that I always say, I think you do my eyes better than I've ever seen. But do we... like near the inside of the eye, should this be lighter? Should we not go all the way up into the eyebrow? What are those things?
Should be. I mean,
or it varies. It varies.
It varies. Okay. But yeah, I definitely like to have the darker color in the crease because I just like to really play with the lid and really open up the eye. Okay.
All right. Everybody's doing good here. Richard, Monica, love your shows, but I think I'm going to skip this one. It's okay. Well, hey, Richard, there are guys who wear makeup as well.
This is true.
And I'm not saying like glam and drag and all that stuff. I'm saying just regular.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, regular TV, it's becoming more and more of the thing. Like guys are getting their pedicures. They don't have to get pink nails.
They just buff.
Just buff.
Come on, Richard, be real. He may have already signed off.
Bye.
Okay, and then expiration. Oh, that's a good one. Expiration dates on makeup.
Yeah, I think that matters. I mean, you don't want anything old on your face. You don't want anything old that you eat. Like, right? Your bread gets moldy. Gross. Throw it out.
Moldy makeup. What about cleaning brushes?
That's huge.
Yeah.
I was doing that right before you
I
got
saw
back,
you.
and I was like,
what do you use on them?
So you use a brush cleaner, and then you can also, like, if it's like a foundation, you can also add like a little gentle shampoo to really get in there, then your brush cleaner, and then you could spray it down with a little bit of 90% alcohol mix just to take care of any business. Now, if it's your own brushes for your own face, you could do it. You don't have to do it every day. You could do it like maybe on a weekly or bi-weekly. It just depends on how much makeup you're using and how much is caked on and how much has been sitting on there.
Because that can cause infections.
Absolutely.
So we're trying to keep you safe here. Okay, it is 7:20. Thank you again today, the day that you asked for a makeup tutorial. Why do I think you and I are going to do some things like this regularly once you're over at your new place? Oh, she already feels it. I love it. We've got a ton of people on today, by the way. We're going to take a quick break. So what are we going to start with when we come back? The foundation, or what do you start with?
I'm
primer?
Start with the moisturizer, primer, things to hydrate the skin, and then we're going to focus in on eyes before everything else.
Yeah, I'm telling you, wait till you see what she does with eyes. There is truly, as I've said, no one better. All right, we are live in Chesterfield, our mobile Monica version. I'm not telling you where we are now because what matters is where we're going. It's Sheer Studios. Yes. To come for you in the spring, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. We'll show some pictures of things that you have been to, the New York Fashion Week coming up, Paris. What? I want to go to Paris with you. All right, we're going to start the makeup tutorial when we return. Hi, it's Monica Adams. Thank you so much for following along with The Real Monica Adams Show since we launched back in March. But I wanted to let you know there's so much more that I could do with you, your business, your corporation. Did you know that I'm a motivational speaker all around the world, as well as an MC and an auctioneer? So if you have an event, maybe a nonprofit organization, and you want to book me, just shoot me an email, info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com. Personal training, life coaching, and styling as well. Info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com. Think about this. When's the last time you called your doctor at 2 o'clock in the morning and he actually answered? Well, at Innovair Health Advocates, their patients are special. Their doctors, nurse practitioners, their care team care deeply about your health, your family, your work, and even your pet. Their clinicians are accessible and they lead your care in and out of the hospital. In fact, Dr. Charles Willie offers his cell phone number to his patients to ensure they can intervene early in your illness. They can provide care above and beyond, offering lab, x-ray, echocardiogram, and other treatments in their office. Innovair Health Advocates with 5 locations on both sides of the river. Check them out, innovairhealth.com. Welcome back. 7:23, and it is the mobile Monica version down in the Chesterfield Valley with my one and only dear, beautiful friend, Sherrie Anderson. Sherrie and I are going to walk through and do a little testimonial, a little tutorial, testimonial. Preach it, girl. We are going to also be answering your questions, and then if you have any questions with what she's doing, let us know. So Sherrie, again, come on over. We're going to get my hair out of the way. So you're going to start with hydration.
Yes.
Little primer. And again, the reason for this?
So that way you can hydrate your skin, moisturize it a little bit. So you won't, I know like somebody was saying that they felt like they were dry even after their makeup, but hydrating and moisturizing properly will help A, make it look nicer, and B, it'll last longer. Okay. So here's one of the things I'm going to ask you, because I was telling you, I'm not afraid to tell my age, by the way, nor is my mother she's going to be 86. Can you believe that? Nope.
In a month or so. Yeah, you can go ahead and start if you want to. So I'm going to talk about brands, and I'm going to talk also about people thinking you have to spend a ridiculous amount of money on makeup. So what are we using? So right now we're using the Lancome Advanced Henifique, I believe. I don't know how to say it exactly, but it's a concentrate. It's a youth activating serum that you just kind of lightly, if it was her putting it on, she could use her fingertips to rub it all over her face. Just stay away from your eyes and your mouth. And just a small coating would be fine. But I'm going to use a little bit of a brush. So that was the other thing, is when we're putting things on, do we use our fingers? Do we use brushes? Do we use sponges? So as long as your fingers are clean, our fingers tend to stay a little bit oily. So
It depends. I guess if it's right in the morning, like after your shower, that's fine. But I would rather somebody use a brush or a sponge.
Okay.
Just make sure you keep your sponges clean because I've seen some that, no.
Wait. Oh, no, go there. What's wrong? What?
Nasty girl.
All right, everybody. We are going to do kind of a step by step. And what we're doing first, Sherrie, is our daytime look, right?
Yes.
So this is for going to the office. This is for running the kids to school. Yeah, if some of you might put makeup on before you go to work out. I don't understand that whole thing, but whatever.
Girl, don't you know you look heavier with makeup on?
Exactly. See there? Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Julie, good morning to you. Lumpia. She says Lumpia is my favorite.
Oh, lumpia. Yes. I thought you said, yeah. Lumpias are so good. Yeah. They're so good.
Keep going. You're fine. Pamela, good morning. Go ahead.
So the next thing we're going to do is the Forever Glow. It's by Christian Dior. And again, you don't have to spend the luxury line prices. You can find stuff at Walgreens, CVS. I love going to Walgreens, honestly, and just browsing the aisles. My husband's like, why are you doing that?
I'm so glad she said this, though. This is from a professional makeup artist, and you are saying it's okay to go to Walgreens.
Yeah, it's okay to mix and match. It's okay. Now, like, if you're going to come and spend money in your makeup in the salon, I'm not going to put Wet and Wild on you. I'm going to put the Dior stuff. But yeah, it's okay at home to have anything that you want. As long as it stays good and it feels good to you and you don't have any weird reactions, you're good to go.
Okay, very good. All right, so we're going through and I will, and let's see, ask any, okay, so Sherrie, Michelle's asking us to bring the products a little closer to the camera. So here you go. Forever, Dior, and then Genifique. Okay, and we'll break those down and we can kind of give you a rundown of where's your best place to get these.
I got those at Sephora and Ulta.
Okay, very good. Should I be using a face mask? If yes, what are you recommending?
Well, there's all kinds of different face masks. I love them because it makes me feel like I'm taking better care of my skin. So maybe once every 2 weeks, I'll include a face mask. So I have my daily routine. Maybe once a week, I might do like a little extra exfoliant. But every bi-weekly, that's when I do a mask because it does take a little bit extra time. But there's tons and tons of different options. Like on the packages, it should say, this is for aging skin. This is for acne. This is for blemishes. This is for whatever it may be, dryness. So there's tons and tons of different mask options out there.
Let's do this, by the way, because there's a woman that I follow that used to be a news anchor in Houston. She actually just made the move to get back into television in Dallas. Her name is Dominique Saxa. Oh, she's amazing. She's got about 2 million followers. We want you to subscribe, by the way, so that you always know when we're live. Subscribe to my YouTube, subscribe to my Facebook. Now we're on X and we're on Instagram so that you always know when we're coming on. We do some fun shows. We do heartfelt shows. We dig deep into your soul. All of it, though, bringing positivity and hope. One of the things that she's done in the past is as women age, what should we start changing? That's a really great question. What should we change as we are younger? We go from 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. Where do aging women go wrong?
I think where people go wrong is they use too many powders and not enough moisturizing elements to the face. So I think less is more, honestly. It's about how you spread it on your face, manipulate it on your face, especially under eye or where creases start to happen. You don't want it to feel cakey or separate because it's definitely shown and it accents in pictures and videos and things like that. And I want to try to look as youthful as possible. So less is more, especially in those areas.
Good. Okay, now what are we doing?
Right now I'm just putting a little bit of MAC on her eye. It's just a little bit of concealer. You could do an eye primer or concealer. So that's where things can get versatile. So you don't have to buy every single thing in your kit. You could do just here and there a little bit at a time. So yes. Okay,
so I'm going to do this. Go ahead. I'm going to try to get a little closer on us so that you all can see. Let's do that. And we'll go in on this. Okay, we're going to do in the eyes. So let's get real close here. Where are we? Whoops.
So I'm just covering, honestly, the entire lid. I know she's trying to open up her eye to see you guys, but...
Here, I'll close it for you.
Okay, just real quick. And this will help keep your shadows in place. And less pulling is best. I mean, sometimes you might have to do it, but we always want to bring everything up on the face. We never want to bring anything down. We don't want our faces to go down. We want them to go up and open. So over time, like same thing with sleeping, get a silk pillowcase. That'll make it's huge for for wrinkles.
Real? Okay.
And for hair.
All right. I'm going to put this down. I'm going to come back to us. So that is not an old wives' tale. That's
No,
true.
ma'am.
Okay, interesting. My mom's very big. My mom loves silk pillowcases so that you don't have your hair so crazy when you wake up in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
But also good for our face.
Yes.
Never
like
knew
if
that.
you're a face sleeper, I'd rather you sleep on your back like as stiff as possible because it's better for your entire alignment, your hair, your face, all of the above. But if you so happen to sleep like this, eventually over time, like you just notice some different things happening.
So didn't Julia Roberts say in Pretty Woman she wanted us to just lay like vegetables? Just veg out. Good morning, by the way. We are being so very real today. We're doing your makeup tutorial. Rose said, is eyeliner out? I love it. I only put it on the bottom.
Really? Okay, I'm shocked. So most people, if they wear eyeliner, they'll wear it on the top because it opens up the eyes. Sometimes when you go too dark under here, it makes it enclosed. And
she's pointing to me.
Well, I like an open eye. I think it's beautiful. I think it's sexy. I think it's super cute when a woman's eye or anybody's eye just seems to be a little bit bigger. They just seem more present. So today.
So what do you have on?
Well, I didn't do any eyeliner.
I was gonna say I didn't think so.
No, because I woke up kind of early.
Oh, my hours.
I mean, I'm up anyways. I was like, oh dang, I gotta have full glam on.
She was so funny last night. She's like, what time are you gonna get there? I said 6:15, and she goes, oh, I gotta be all glam, girl, before I get there. By the way, she's doing incredible squats to get into the camera frame.
Oh yes, my thighs are burning.
Okay, this is funny. If we had scratch and sniff, we would be able to tell you that this smells like chocolate. I love this. Yep, there you go.
Yes.
Better than chocolate. And what this is made by
Too-Faced.
Too-Faced. I don't like
Smell it.
Too-Faced
Get
people,
the
but I
camera.
like Too-Faced.
Just
You
get
smell that? It's dark chocolate. Oh,
Yes.
Richard said, okay, I'm still here. So I want to say this.
He's here for the chocolate.
He's here for the chocolate. And here's the thing that I love, and it's the most beautiful stories that I've seen. Women, as they get like Parkinson's and things like that. You've seen these stories where the men have gone to a makeup artist. I know it makes me cry. And they've asked to be taught so they can continue to put the makeup on their beloved woman, their wife, their partner, whoever it is. Have you ever had that done, by the way? Have you ever had No. Have you ever had an older gentleman come and ask you to teach them?
I mean, yes. And with the hair too, like they'll come in, say, hey, what can you do? What can you make it simple for my life to go home? You know, I mean, it's sweet. We're there from like the first haircut to the last haircut sometimes. And it's a very emotional job because we're there for everything. And we want you guys to feel good and look good during the process. Yeah.
So Richard, there you go. You might have to help somebody out at some point in life. Good morning. I've purchased numerous charcoal masks, but I've never found one that works for the pores. What's the next step?
Charcoal.
What are your thoughts on charcoal?
I like it. You just got to be careful, especially, I hate to say this. I know I talked about some things being inexpensive or some things more expensive, but that is worth the investment, going a little bit more on the skincare, because you don't want something that you just get in the drugstore and you're like, oh, this is going to be wonderful, charcoal. And then it like gets stuck to your face and you have to go to the emergency room and then they have to like nail it off your face. No, thank you. Like
chisel.
Spend a little extra on getting something that is going to be worth your while for your face. Your face will thank you later. So maybe try something with a little bit of toner. Rose water is huge right now. So try something like that with a toning agent. Maybe it'll like shrink them up a little bit, but also check your diet again. I know you said you were drinking enough water, but the caffeine intake, the wine intake, all that matters. It dehydrates you. So you just want to keep everything as moisturized and hydrated as possible. Okay. All right. So we're going to go into shadow. Yep. So I'm going to start with buttercream.
Oh, those are pretty colors. Wow. Let's bring that a little closer here for me. Look at these colors, everybody. Go. Those are gorgeous. Nice transition. Fall, winter, spring. I mean, I see lots in there. Yeah.
So we're going to start with a thicker brush, buttercream. And I like to tap.
I'll get closer.
The excess off. Just because,
so it's all over your face?
And this is why we're starting with the eyes first, just in case you sprinkle some on the cheek.
Let's go closer.
I don't want you to have to like rub all your stuff off and start all over.
That has happened, you know, in those early hours. And by the way, we have to thank Sherrie. Sherrie came into Channel 5. You never came into Fox, did you?
Yeah, I did.
To do my makeup?
Did I?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I felt like I went on set for something.
You went on set at Channel 5 for sure. So she and I met, and if you want to watch, it's one of the, do you remember when you first did my makeup? It was the 30 for 30 on ESPN.
Yes. And who else? I helped somebody else, I thought.
Well,
no, that was the first. Okay, yes.
well, yeah. When you came to Channel 5, you did my makeup and you did Allie's. Allie Corey, who's now in Florida, and she just had a baby not too long ago. We love Allie.
So cute.
So you did the makeup for both of us, and that was much earlier wake up call than this. 1:30 in the morning.
Yes.
You came down there to meet us because I had to go on an anchor at 4. And so I don't even remember what time we had you there. I was like, I'm so sorry, Sherrie.
No, I was on adrenaline. I was like, listen up, kids. Like, you just got to listen to Dad today. You get to school on time. I got to go do some makeup downtown.
She also did our Halloween show, and I was Corella DeVille. If you haven't seen those pictures, that was so much fun. Again, we are down in Chesterfield. We are going to be showing you some pictures, by the way, of Sherrie as well throughout the years, and some exciting things that she's had a chance to do in New York, which she is getting ready to leave on Saturday for that. I'm so thrilled for you. New York, but also as we're talking, you've been in some recent magazines. What is this one?
Yeah, I want to say that one might be Elements, and then the other one is No. So, yeah, there's more to come.
Here's No.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool how you get involved with that. And just, I try to really focus in on things locally as well, because I think that's huge. I feel like our area sometimes is the last to find out about stuff. So going to New York is awesome. Going to Paris, even better. Like, holy moly. So, it's, our area, I just want it to continue to grow and to be at the top of the list as well.
This is New York, right?
Yes.
Woo!
That's Irina's stuff. I love her collection at the Labs venue. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So elegant. I love everything about it. She was Project Runway's winner. And so she's kind of a big deal. I saw Selena Gomez wearing one of her dresses.
Yeah, you'll have to tell us throughout as you've been there some of the biggest names you've seen. Obviously, if you just tuned in, you missed what she said about her final day in New York. So go back and be sure to watch that. Okay, we are doing the makeup tutorial. We're doing eyes right now. And again, we're using chocolate. You said you don't think it smells like chocolate. I do.
Well, I think it's because of my lip gloss. It's like right there.
Okay, so what did you start with? What color?
We started with buttercream.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a taupe, medium light, light tannish color. And then we're going to move on to the nice buns.
The buns, toasted buns.
So literally, it's called nice buns.
Okay.
So it's a medium, a little bit darker than that. I'm just going to slightly pull her brow up a teeny bit and go into the crease of her eye. Just in circular motion, back and forth. Don't get too heavy with it. The lighter, the better. And like I said earlier, you always tap off the excess powder from there so you have less work to do later.
Okay. So when we're putting on, how many different colors do you use? What's the most you've ever used on the eyes?
Oh, like if I'm doing a shoot and it's something wild, a lot. All the rainbow, Roy G. Biv. You know what I mean? So it depends.
And how, this is the question I've always had. How are you picking the colors? Because you look at your palette and there's so much to choose from. And I know when I'm doing design work, Sherrie asked me, I said, Sherrie, what color do you want me to wear? And she's like, whatever you're feeling. And then she asked me, the reason I'm wearing this today, Sherrie asked me to rep one of my designs. So this is actually a custom suit that we designed. And on the inside, it's the world. Why? Because we're taking over the world.
I love it. What are we doing today?
So colors, how do you know what to choose? Because I think that's a thing that we can really help people on.
So it's interesting. So I guess some people, if they're first learning, they'll be like, let's put the blue and the purple, which would be great. But I think that it would be best if you did something kind of like a smoky neutral, like browns and things like that. I think it looks very, very pretty because you don't necessarily want to blend into your outfit. But if you put a little pop of blue here and there, that's fine.
Okay.
But I'm opting for the brown life with her eyes right now.
Okay. So what's next?
We're going to go even a little bit darker, and we're going to do Cake My Day.
Is it this one?
Yep.
That's what I was going to pick.
Oh, good. So Cake My Day. So I'll kind of show you. We started with this one, and then we went to this one, nice buns, and then Cake My Day.
Thanks. My husband says the same.
I love it. So with the same brush, like you don't have to have 1,000 brushes, especially for a daytime look. And I know that everybody's home kit isn't built like mine.
Right.
I only brought just a small,
Oh yeah, she's got an entire case.
Yes, a whole suitcase. So again,
extra,
a little
flicky flick.
So again, in the corners where we originally did our crease, we're not going to go all the way. We're just going to do in the corners, almost like a V, an arrow-ish little point right in the corner, just back and forth till you blend. the 3 colors together.
And again, we can't say enough what the little tips that she's giving you to flick that off is so true, because otherwise I see people get it all around here and then they're messing with it, and all of a sudden you've like, what is that on the side? Oh, it's makeup.
Right.
Like, otherwise you got to start over.
Like it looks like a bruise. Like
you get
it looks
hit.
like a bruise.
Okay. So we've got, is this the third color?
Yes. So I'm just matching what I did on the other side.
And again, if you're just tuning in, we're doing a daytime look, and then she's going to show you how we can transition it to a nighttime look. We're going to look at some of your questions as well. Welcome aboard, by the way, all of you on Instagram and X and Facebook and YouTube. We're going to answer as many questions as we can here. So are we going to do just 3, or are we going to add more?
I think we're just going to do 3.
3 for the daytime look.
Yes.
Okay.
And there's nothing wrong. Like if you wanted to add a little shimmer, that's okay. But I feel like that's a little bit more nighttime feel. You know, you can add a little pop here and there, like something lighter. Right up there. You know, just a little highlight here and there.
Okay.
But we'll stop right there.
And then what do we do next?
So I am going to. So somebody asked about eyeliner.
Yes.
This would be a good point.
That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah, to do the eyeliner. I am a huge fan of liquid eyeliner. I love Kat Von D. I love. Is it Huda or Huda? Huda.
Huda, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
It's not Hoda from the Today Show.
No.
It's Huda.
But hello.
Jasmine Huda.
Right. So Huda Beauty.
Okay.
And this is what the point looks like. Where are we at? You see that? So people say that's really intimidating because, you know, like. You
taught me this. I didn't used to use these either.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think it's great. I feel like it makes your eye pop. It looks sharp. It looks crisp.
Agreed.
All the things. So what I like to do when I get started, I put a little bit on my hand first.
Oh, the other way.
Just so I can get a feel for what my brush is doing. Like if I need to bring a little bit more liquid to the tip, just shake it up a little bit and try again. So right now I feel like it's good.
Is that gray or is that a black?
No,
it is black.
Yeah.
But not a deep noir.
No, it's black.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's very bonita. Extreme black.
Oh, wow. It looks a little lighter. Okay. So again, if you're just tuning in, we're going to answer some of these questions. Somebody said thoughts on red LED light therapy.
Oh, I think it's huge. It's great. I love it. It's supposed to stimulate the blood flow to the surface, so it helps with the youthful appearance. It also helps with hair growth. Like if anything that brings the blood to the surface, it's a huge benefit. I'm all about the red light therapy, saunas, all of it. There's been studies that it actually helps you live longer.
I like it. Yeah.
Can we just put that everywhere?
I know, right? We need this youth. Okay, so I'm going to close my eyes for her. So if you did not tune in earlier, one of the things that Sherrie was saying is that she thinks it makes your eyes pop more if you don't have it so dark all the way from the inside out and all the way to the bottom. I think we all do that. We're all thinking that we have to even it out, have this pattern. But I'll agree, and I probably need to pay attention to that a little bit more. I do get a lot of compliments on my eyes when I don't have it down on the bottom.
Yes, because, like dark hides. It's like the military. Did you know I was in the military? So
yeah, well, we talked about that in the past, but if you don't know, if you're new to Sherrie, we have to thank her for her service. She was in
Air Force. Yes.
Yay!
Security forces. Hoorah! But anyways, so even then, like it's funny because I like to say that I taught the makeup class then, but it was for camouflage. So the highs and lows, like the highs, you got to hide them a little bit. And the lows, you got to make them kind of blend out a little bit, smooth out. So think of your face like.
Yep.
So everything in here, you want it to be highlighted. Like when you do your contour, like right around here is where it's a little bit darker. So like sometimes people want to contour their nose. So just to change a shape, to hide something, that's where you do a little shadow or a little darkening of whatever color that you choose or whatever look you're going for.
I remember go ahead, you can do whatever you need. On the Oprah Winfrey show, like over a decade ago, she was showing her makeup artist do her, and beforehand, she showed her face just like I did today, just a la naturel. And then the transition, her nose is much wider. And what they were able to do to make that nose so slender was mind blowing to me. I mean, that's why we're saying there's a reason that they're called artists. They are true makeup artists of what they are able to see. I mean, y'all saw me. Look, I went into my Southern. Y'all saw me blank canvas. And look at what she's able to do with it. Okay, what are we doing? Is this mascara?
Yes, this is mascara. So I just put a little bit of eyeliner right on the top. This one's YSL.
Okay.
Again, you don't have to buy a YSL. You can get something like, so the casing's kind of rubbing off, but it's this one's Maybelline. This one's really good.
From Walgreens.
And the reason why I got it because it says New York on it because I'm going to New York, so I need one for New York, right? Like that.
But we're going to use YSL.
But we're going to use YSL today because
Can I ask, what are we looking for when it comes to mascaras?
So when you're using your own wand at home, that's huge to me. Like there is certain brushes that I look for. I love this type of brush. It's a true brush. It gets in all the lashes and it really like lashifies is what I call it. Like it opens up, separates, and elongates. So there are some brushes out there that are very rubbery and some people like it. I know my daughter likes it, but it's not for me. I'd rather have a real brush, like like same thing with your hairbrushes. There are different types of hairbrushes that work better. So for me, and when I deal with different people and different types, I feel like this one is very versatile and it's great.
So again, she's stressing to you that you don't have to spend a ridiculous amount of money. There's a lot of great marketing also that goes into so many of these. What are your thoughts on the different treatments and things that people or services that people are doing right now to grow their lashes? Do you think it really works?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So I used what is it called? It's the one that you needed a prescription for.
Latisse.
Latisse. Girl, it worked. I'm like, stop! They're growing too much. Like they're on my sunglasses.
Hello.
Fat lashes.
Okay.
So I'm using a disposable on her. So go ahead and open. Look down. Blink if you need to. And when you're doing your own lashes at home, it's okay to open up your mouth if you need to, and like it helps you not blink. But just keeping them slightly open and down. And if you do need to blink, that's okay. It's not going to mess me up.
So right now you're starting on the top. You always start on top?
Absolutely.
And you're just kind of tell them like what your technique is.
So what I like to do is go in closest to the lash line, and I like to kind of like jiggle it, like wobble it, whatever. Wobble.
Let's get wobble. That's my favorite dance. Let's get jiggy with it, Sherrie. Wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble. You all know that? I hope you know that dance. If not, learn it. I first learned it in Cabo San Lucas on a boat.
Nice.
With a group that was it was a wedding group, and they were all African American, and then they had white on. It was the most, oh my gosh, they were so beautiful. And they're like, "Do you want to learn this?" I said, "You know it," and they invited us to our wedding.
That's awesome.
Yes. All right, we're doing mascara. We're doing eyes. Okay, what are your thoughts? Because somebody asked us the other day. She's the one that taught me, by the way. We are doing regular mascara right now, but you're big on lashes.
Huge. I have them on right now.
Yeah, get closer to let everybody see you. Winky wink.
So later when we do her, after we finish her daytime look, we are going to we're gonna make it hot.
Oh,
so there we go.
Some like it hot. Okay, but I did say this the other day. You introduced me to Ardell.
Yep, that's what I got right here. They're my favorite lash.
But are these the demis?
These are not the demis.
Because we're going wow.
We're going wow. We're going out with a bang. So I know they're extra, and that's okay.
I'm going to be on Wet Your Whistle, and Chuck's going to be like, whoa.
Well, she's got to get ready for Wet Your Whistle.
Yeah, I am. My husband's not going to be with me tonight, though. So once again, if you're just tuning in, we are having a great time. You can see the synergy and the incredible friendship that we have. We've had so much fun over the last 5 years. This is what happens in our sessions when she does my hair. We just laugh the entire time. By the way, and I know you're getting booked. Are you still taking clients? Are you on a wait list?
I am on a wait list. I've been on a wait list for a minute.
A minute.
If it works out, great. If it doesn't, I'm sorry. And don't hesitate to reach out. Like, maybe fast forward when I do change locations, there might be more opportunities for you to get into the schedule. And
again, if you haven't heard, Sheer Studios right there, it's coming. This was a photo shoot that you did. How long ago was this?
That was it January, I think? Yeah.
Behind the scenes.
Yep.
That
was Rebrand Rogue shoot.
Okay. And again, we're just showing you the behind the scenes. And right now she's working in Chesterfield, but as we said, on a wait list, but there's going to be a lot. What is the square footage of your new place?
2,800 square feet.
Yes. And I'm just wanting to give
beautiful.
you, it is going to be, it's everything. Look here, this is her dreaming and designing. And she's gone through a lot as she gets ready for spring of 2024, getting ready to come. Are you interviewing for people to be part of your team?
I sure am.
Yay.
If you guys are interested, let me know.
Yeah. So what are you looking for in a person who would join your team?
I'm looking at, I guess, technique and how long they've been in the industry, what they have to offer. Are they kind? That's huge to me. You got to be a sweet girl or boy. It doesn't matter. Just anything that you're willing to grow and learn new techniques, because I know that everybody has their own style and technique, but I really want to go above and beyond to give our clientele exactly what they want and more.
Okay, very good. So I know a lot of questions are coming and we're going to continue as we go through and do our little tutorial. So we are getting in, what are we at?
We are
doing
brows.
Oh, we're doing brows now. Okay, so if you all, and again, I love to be as real can be. So this happens to a lot, but I've actually had this since I was young. So I have my brow on my left side that is not all the way out. So you make sure that you draw that out.
Yes.
What do we do wrong when it comes to eyebrows? I'm sorry. Yes, to eyebrows.
So sometimes people. So I still like to go in at the very end and touch up. So I think that's where a lot of people go wrong. They try to do them first, and then whenever you put your powder and set it on, then you have all this powder and you can see it in picture. So that's what I would suggest. And sometimes people don't bring their brow all the way down.
Yep.
I'm not saying you have to, because if you're doing something totally avant-garde or something kind of wild, you don't have to. You can break the rules. But a good general rule of thumb for everyday look is taking the corner of your eyebrow, your eye, and angling it straight to your temple. And that's probably where your brow should hit. Now, every face shape is a different story. Every skin type is a different story. You might have to do a little extra on one side and not so much on the other, and that's totally okay. But no matter what happens, remember, they're sisters, not twins. Okay.
They're sisters, not twins. I've never heard that one. Marilyn, you're right. She's like, this is a hot topic. You two are great together. This is, if you look at our numbers have been huge today.
There's so many numbers. Where do I look?
No. So up here,
okay.
So it keeps bouncing up and down to different people that are tuning in. So we got a ton of questions coming in. We'll go through questions now as she shows you. So this is what you're using. Oh, you're a big fan of Anastasia.
Anastasia all the way.
Anastasia?
Yeah,
it's not Anastasia.
I say it.
Oh, excuse me. Anastasia.
It makes it sound fancy.
Okay.
So this is actually just a gel. And again, like if you want to get with all the brands, this is what I would choose. Everybody's into grooming their brows, bringing them up, and like getting them in check. You don't want them doing something crazy. Keep your brows in check. So you take your little, it looks like
show them what you're using.
So I put
other way. Welcome to my life. Everything feels like it's backwards. Other way. There we go.
So I put gel on that brush, and the other side is my short. Oh my word!
Go.
So sorry, it's like totally backwards. A short angled brush that I will be using to put the color on. So we're gonna do the wand first, and I like to take a little bit off, just in case I put too much.
Okay.
And this, I'm gonna start grooming them. So you can feel it. It's jelly. It's waxy. Okay. And it's for all brow types. But if you have none, then it's probably not for you.
Okay. So as we're doing this, let me get to some questions. Somebody said that primer clogs my pores.
What primer are you using?
Okay. Can you show the product close up? Okay, we already did that. I am proud of my age and blessed with my abilities. Good morning, Candy. In your opinion, Sherrie, best moisturizer for older skin?
So the best, there's so many great ones out there. It's really hard to decide on which one is great. You just have to kind of like trial and error it out. So again, I would stick with something that's more illuminating, more moisturizing, and less matte, because matte sometimes can age. So, and just settle in differently.
We were talking about that earlier. Again, transitioning and changing. Diane, you're right. It is so much fun. And can I say, Diane, thank you so much. I will get back with you. She sent me an email last night that made me cry, Sherrie, talking about what she feels we do on the show. I just, thank you. Michelle said she loves her silk pillowcase. Can we get a list sent in an email of each item and where you use them and how you apply them? Thank you. I need the recipe. We could probably break that down. Yeah. Okay.
Only if you're subscribed.
Thank you. And only if you tell 100 people to subscribe. Kim says, eyebrows disappear as we age. Can you recommend best brow tips? We are right now. Can we all have a makeover sleepover?
So I do offer classes, and they do go by hourly, and they do go by classroom size. So right now it's all booked up until salon is fully up and running, and I have a staff with me to help, with that in that direction. But yeah, we do have beauty nights and things like that, which will be fun.
Look, learning something new every day. Where is the absolute best for people to follow you to know about all the fun things coming?
I feel like Instagram. Instagram is where I do most of
where we are today. Hey.
So Instagram is great. I love that platform. That's where most of my people reach out to me. And then I also do have Facebook, a business page as well.
And it's
it's usually linked together. So it's Sherrie.
Yep.
So on Instagram, it's sheer.sherrie, SHERRIE. And then I have a second one where I do a lot of editorial stuff, runway stuff, fashion stuff, avant-garde things. So there's two different types of things. There's in-salon and bridal stuff. And then there's like magazine, cool, really neat things that are a little bit different from your everyday things.
Oh, Michelle's such a doll. I was actually going to do it after the show, but Michelle is actually working on the list and said that she will post it to the comments at the end of the show. She's running through everything that you're talking about. God, I love that woman. Marilyn, no caffeine and no alcohol consumption, just water, rarely hot tea. Okay. I'm not a fan of fake eyelashes. Is it just a phase? Mm-mm.
I love them. I don't think it's a phase. It's been around for a long time. And if anything, people are getting extra with them. Like there's lash bars popping up everywhere. I mean, men and women wear lashes. Like you'd be surprised. Like there is ones that are very crazy. There's ones that are super long and there's ones that are very, very, very natural that won't take away from anything.
Do you watch the morning show on Apple Plus? Have you watched that with my girl, Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon?
I've seen it. I haven't watched it lately.
Okay. You know, I'm not a big fan. Sorry. I'm just so busy that I don't usually watch a lot of TV.
Correct.
But everyone's like, you've got to watch it. It's literally your life. So I just started binging it, which is fun. It's not something I've never really binged anything, but I started and I watched another one last night. And you know,
so good.
It is.
We've talked about this before.
I saw the pilot because it was sent to our house, when we were voting for the SAG-AFTRA Awards. So I did see the very first, but now I've seen more. Oh my gosh. Sherrie, it is my life.
I know.
I was like everything about it, all of the craziness behind the scenes. And I mean, theirs is a little over the top, but it's true. Okay, let's go right now. What are we using? Did we?
Oh, no. So
we didn't talk about this one.
No, I put a little bit of foundation and I'm doing a little bit of, so here, this one's called Skin Correct. This one is a little concealer. By Dior. Again, you don't have to use Dior, but I just really like this. It feels like butter and it looks beautiful.
I was just going to say what it feels like. So light.
Yes. And sometimes, okay, here's an example. If you are running low on your foundation, you're like, oh, poop, I only have my, I'm not going to say that word. So
Good girl.
I only have my concealer. So what you could do in a pinch, if you have your moisturizer or your primer, you can kind of like mix the two and almost combine them and make them like a tinted moisturizer. So what I'm doing is, because I feel like this color in particular, the 1.5N, really fits her skin tone and it looks great on her. And a little bit with that goes a long way. So I did combine it with a Dior Glow, which I know I already had on her face, but as she can tell, it's gliding on there. It feels good.
It is.
It's going to look great. It's going to last. She'll wash her face, but it can last till tomorrow.
I want to keep this on forever. No. What? And you're putting it on? You're putting it. Oh, I know. Never go to bed with makeup on.
No.
Please take it off of your face. Okay, let's see. At the Consumer Electronics Show a few weeks ago, L'Oreal came out with some type of applicator that steadies for those people with Parkinson's or unsteady hands. I have no idea how it works, but interesting innovation. Oh, I love that.
That's awesome.
Rose, love them, but can't use them. I'd glue my eyes shut. She's talking about fake lashes. So everyone's asking, yes, they're going to want to learn that when we do the transition. Carrie, what color is your nail polish, Monica? You know what? Here's a funny story. Michelle and I went to get our nails done, and I picked a completely different color. And when it came out, I kept going, that's not what I was choosing. So the color palette they had, Sherrie, it was actually for gel, and it did not translate for dip. So the color I was actually choosing for the main ones, I've got a little glitter on my ring finger. I don't know, Carrie, because it's not what I actually chose. It was something new that they had. But if you're looking for a great place to go for nails, if you're in the Fenton area or you're out south, you can go to Golden Nail Salon. I love Yada and her team in Fenton. And then Sherrie, you go to XOXO?
Yes, I go to XO Nail Bar on Manchester with Jackie. He's my favorite. So he did my New York nails. He did a nude marble nail with like melted gold stuff, like 3D gold.
Melted gold stuff.
They're all different. I was like, I just wanted to look like gold just melted on.
Do you ever remember that? See, people always ask me, what color, what's the name of it? I'm like, oh, I don't know. I just always switch around. I'm getting ready to do Valentine's nails on Monday. Yep. Getting ready for that. Are we still using the same?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. What is her favorite brand of brushes?
Ooh, Chanel has a really good one. Max are really good, but I recently, what was it called? ColourPop was a reasonable
ColourPop?
ColourPop, yeah.
And those can be, where can we get those?
I'm sure
Like
you can get
Ulta
them
or
online, but
Sephora? Okay.
Ulta, Sephora, but they had a really killer deal where they had like 70% off an entire set of the ColourPop. I'm like, I'm gonna give these a go.
Okay.
Score.
Sherry asked, what was the first eyeliner that we used?
It was Huda Beauty.
Oh yeah, we don't know how to pronounce it. Huda. Her polish, a brown tone dip with a glitter accent. Yeah. Thank you, Michelle. She just posted that for us. Okay, Terry, good to know about eyeliner. I've always started with eyeliner, then do the shadow. I'll try shadow first, then eyeliner. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like the finishing, almost finishing touch.
Little tips here for you. What do you think about magnetic eyelashes?
They work for some people. They're not for me.
I said that last week, and they're not for me.
No, I feel like they're a little bit heavy, and the minute they kind of disconnect, your eye looks crazy. Like,
you got shanky.
No. I'm good.
Donna, good morning to you. Love that. Sisters, not twins. They like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Sarah says, I have strawberry blonde hair.
So also kind of feather it down a little bit on the jawline.
Feather it down, she says. I hope you all can hear us both okay. I think earlier I needed to get this closer to you. And thanks, Michelle, by the way. Michelle was able to, before we did the show today, give us this microphone, because otherwise it would have probably been hard. There's some music going on in the background. We got a little feel going on. I have strawberry blonde hair, Sarah says. My brows are very light. I struggle to find a color to work when I want to fill them in. Suggestions?
Yes. Well, first of all, do you color your hair? If you do, ask your stylist to see if you can get your brows tinted.
Oh, yeah. That's what she does with me.
Yep.
Yep.
So if not, I would definitely do something maybe like I would go to the Anastasia bar and check out the different pomades they have because you can mix and match. I wouldn't necessarily go to red. I wouldn't go. Maybe you could stick with the taupe family because sometimes if you go a little heavier, it'll give you that in between that you need.
Ooh, I like this. And I've actually asked her before. Good question. I hold these retreats and we have one coming up. We're working on the exact date, but we're thinking June and maybe fall. They just said, can you be a part of my retreat?
Oh, it depends on the date, but sure, I'd love to.
That sounds like a great idea. Yes. Because these are fun. You'd have a good time with it. Tracy says, oh my gosh, I suck at putting on liquid liner. I end up starting all over and just end up not putting it on. I heard you have to have the right type of eyes to do the wings. Oh, that's a really good question. Is that true?
What kind of eyes are you dealing with? That's what I need to know.
So,
what I mean?
So is that true? Like, is shape of the eye? Or what is she saying there?
Well, yeah, it depends. And where are you putting the liner? Are you putting it in your waterline? Are you putting it on top of your right hugging against your lashes? And then are you going crazy with it? Or are you just a little tiny corner? Like, all that matters.
Do you like the wing?
I love the wing.
You do?
It just depends on what I'm doing.
I've tried it also. And I think as we age, do you agree with this? As your eye drops down, you're not going to get that to go back up?
Yeah. So that's why I was wondering what kind of eyes we were dealing. Because if it's too heavy, and they do make these little sticker things. One of my girlfriends showed me because whatever, she uses them. But anyway, it's like a little clear sticker that goes on and it disappears once you put your makeup on, and it creates a lid for you. So that way it's a non-invasive, non-surgery thing, a simple fix like for a wedding or something like that. What is the best way to cover under eye sagging? Under eye sagging. So again, with the moisturizing, and it depends. Is it darker? Is it lighter? Is it puffy? If you're puffy, definitely start with an ice, like a little ice bag or something like that, or slice up cucumbers if you have time, put them in the freezer and use them because there's something in there that helps draw all that puffy out. A lot of times with my brides, I'll make them sit with the ice while I'm doing other things. Okay. So that way I'll calm it down. Yes. Cucumbers, my mom taught me a long time ago. Ice, I think Sherry taught me. Dior, what are we using now? Powder. We're doing this. Yeah. So it's just a setting powder. Okay. And a big brush, ColourPop. So what is the purpose for setting powder? Just to keep it? Yeah. Just to keep it set in place, to like a finishing touch for the skin part. Should I have had a smock on? Well, I'm being very careful, but if you're at home, no. Okay. You don't need to. But when we were in the TV station, we would try to put it on so it wouldn't be, because you would see HD, you saw everything, which I had a little smudge up here. I think that was when I hugged. Yeah, it's hugs. You're like, dang it. She's also taller than me. So if you're just tuning in, it's a little after 8 and we are doing our makeup tutorial. This is the daytime look, transitioning to nighttime with just a few steps so that you can go from the office or running the kids around. Yep, go ahead. And then you put it on the neck. Yep,
Bring it
just a little
upwards.
bit. Yep.
She mentioned earlier, in case you're just tuning in, to always be lifting up.
Yep.
Just
Lift
lift,
your friends,
lift friends.
lift your face.
See, we are twins.
Lift your hands.
Linda says, I wear glasses sometimes. It's hard to apply makeup alone, let alone those eyelashes. Got to be careful not to poke my eye out.
Very true, especially if you have like really long nails. I feel like that's a little scary sometimes.
I don't know how you do it with those nails.
Oh, how do you not do it?
Okay. Oh, somebody had to run off to work. Have a great day. Yes. What's this one?
This one is MAC medium tan. So we're going to do this for the contour, like around the cheek area, a little bit in the temples, and right around the forehead. So you remember that heart that I talked about earlier?
Yes.
So highlight inside the heart and like contour around it.
Okay. Everybody's saying thank you for the great tips. Welcome aboard, by the way, everyone that's brand new to the show. We have fun on this show. We lift you up. There's all the past shows that we did since we started March 1st of last year. And then we went into the studio in June. Cheekbone. Look at that. I'm ready to model again. She's lifting me up. So we are on Facebook and YouTube. We got to subscribe so that you know when we go live. That's the easiest way. And what does that mean? A lot of people think it costs to subscribe. No, it means to just follow, and then you get these notifications. We joined the X Nation last week. And then today is our first day that we are on Instagram as well. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Diane, what do you think about using sponges for putting on foundation?
I think it's great. I like a sponge sometimes. I prefer silicone. Like they have silicone little pads now that is less germy, because sometimes those sponges, like your sink sponge, oh lordy, like those stress me out because I feel like it's just harvesting things. So as long as you take care of it and clean it and update them, like you can do little hacks where you put it in a mug of hot water and microwave it for a second or two, and it like takes out all the yucky stuff.
Okay.
It's kind of cool. So yeah, I like them. Just make sure you clean them.
Good morning, Chrissy. Michelle said she was hoping for the Sherrie cam. When I came in here, I said we were going to try to put this camera on Sherrie, but the way she's moving around, it wouldn't have worked. I do have it in case you all want me to go in closer. If there's anything you want to see, I do have it on standby. I think right now is easiest because I want to make sure that you can hear her as opposed to using that camera. I think this is working, but if anybody wants to see, I can absolutely do that. Michelle Pruitt says, I've heard for over age 60, you should not use powder. Is that true? Liquid feels heavy on my face.
I think sticking with like I said earlier, the moisturizing, the more moisture, the better, less matte. So yeah, sometimes powders do matte your face, which is okay if you're in the right, I guess, skin aging process. But if you are older, it's best to kind of keep it on the liquidy side. Okay. Moisturizing side. I
use the Kiss fingernail kits myself. They last about 2 weeks. You just have to be sure to use the liquid glue and not the sticky tape. They cost about $8 at Walgreens and only take me about 30 minutes, which includes the manicure. Diane, I just love that woman. That's Hats by Diane. You would love that woman. She's so into design. So Tracy says she has doe eyes.
Okay.
For the wing.
So you do want wings?
Sure. She was asking about the wing that she was thinking of doing.
Is that okay for doe eyes? I think that if you just do a little bit, I think that would be cute, but don't go
yes. I think people overdo the wing.
They do. And that's okay for some. Like what is it, Amy Winehouse?
Yeah.
Is she a winger? She's a winger.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
On the top, up against lashes, I try to do thin, then thicker wing at the end.
Perfect.
Okay. Oh, look at you. She says, perfect. What do you think about finishing spray?
I love it. We haven't got there because I'm not finished yet, but I think it's incredible. So for today, I'm going to do the Dior Forever Perfect Fix. That's a finishing spray that I really like. But again, you don't have to get the Dior brand. There's tons of different brands. There's Too Faced. There's Walgreens brand stuff. Like, it's all good stuff.
But remember, don't be two-faced to your friends.
Ooh.
What's the best recommendation for rosacea?
Rosacea. So do you guys remember when I talked about the opposite colors, like, on the color wheel and stuff like that? So this sounds crazy, but like the green family would help cancel out the red family. So it's like Christmas, that's probably why they picked those colors for Christmas, because they look good together. So it's going to neutralize that. So something with, hello, man. Sorry. Window cleaner. Hi. So yes, anything that's going to neutralize it. So take anything like in the olive family to cancel out some of those reds.
It's the Today Show set, and he's cleaning the windows.
I know. I was hoping my Orange Theory friends were.
Yeah, where are they?
They're like right across the street working out.
He's waving through us. Let's see. I don't know which way to spell it, but that's what I've been told. Yes, Tracy, you do have doe eyes. Lots of viewers today, I know, Julie. That's because they love us together. It's my twin. Let's see. Yeah. Is it true no gloss on the lips for over 40? What?
No. Gloss
Who
it up,
gives
baby.
you
Who
guys
told
these
you that?
things? All these things. Window cleaners making a cameo. Yes. Okay, Dior. What are we at now?
So we're doing a blush. We're gonna do this one because I like the way this kind of color looks on her. This one's Rouge.
Rouge.
Color 459.
Interesting. Sherrie said she was told the same thing that Rose was told. I've never heard that.
Yeah.
Not to use gloss over the age of 40 on your lips. Interesting.
Blasphemy.
Blasphemy. Okay. Anyway, I think we got through all the questions so fast. Oh, they're saying that I'm looking fabulous.
Oh, always.
She is
naked and bold.
She's a queen. What? Say that again.
Naked and bold. I meant like your face, not your clothes.
All right. Okay.
So we're doing the Color Pop brush. I know I told you guys I got that the other day. It's a Color Pop, pretty good. And I put my blush on it already.
I'm going to hydrate.
Yeah.
Because it's important to hydrate.
Yes.
All right. We are showing the before the day look again at work or
wherever you're
running kids around. Oh, I needed some water.
To the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So in apples of her cheeks, I know. So what my daughter told me the trend for high school is like really going up in here and getting all that pink. It really makes you look like a doll, which is cute if you're in high school.
Ah. Okay.
So I still am very much a fan of keeping it on the apples and not up here under the eye situation. And then bringing it up a little bit next to your contour. So
I want them to, I'm going to come in. Can we come in closer?
Yeah.
So I want you to watch her technique here.
So I just like to pat. Little circular motion. And you can already see what it's doing. It's like giving her an airbrush finish. Which I do airbrush too, but
That was my next question, because I know a lot of people, especially in television, they were big on airbrushing. If you had a preference, would you?
Okay, check both sides. Look the difference. So see how it changed already? This is just the contour, and then this is with the blush. Mm-hmm. So it adds a little oomph to it, a little youthfulness to it.
If you had a choice between airbrushing and then not airbrushing, would you pick
If they had a baby together, that's what I would pick. Can I do that? Is that an option? Because it's just like,
what would that be called?
Well,
if they had a baby together?
I don't know.
I love this woman.
I mean, if the airbrush is a little bit more cleaner, to take care of, I feel like. But you
have to have good technique with it, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the problem.
Yes. But I do love actually getting in there with the brushes and stuff like that. And,
okay. Other side?
I feel like it's more art.
So after we do the blush, what do we transition to?
We will go and do your brows and then your lip, and then whoever asked about the finishing spray at the very end.
And then how many steps to transition from our daytime look to nighttime?
Well, for yours, we're going to do, let's see, the lashes, a different lip color, a highlighter.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Good questions today, by the way. Let's see. I love gloss. You're looking fab. Lip gloss will bleed into any crease you have on your lips. So should you use a lip pencil, will that help the bleeding?
I guess, yes and no. As long as when you do your lip liner, it doesn't go into those creases and then it looks like squigglies, because that happens too. So how about not hyper lining or staying in don't go all the way up to, does this make sense? Hold on. So instead of going all the way here, actually stop like mid lip, and then it'll kind of like seep in. Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay, cool.
I hope. If not, you can go a little bit deeper.
So yeah, just don't go to the line. Stay within the lines, and then maybe it'll just kind of seep down a little bit to the line instead of going out to the line.
So somebody said, I love flavor gloss when I kiss my honey.
Cute.
Thanks, beautiful Sherrie. Great show, Monica. You both look great. Which is better for blush, powder or cream?
Well, it depends on what you're going for and what like your skin is looking like. If it's too dry, go for the cream. It's a little bit harder to manipulate and blend, which is okay. If you have the time, go for it. But I prefer using the powder for now.
Somebody said, you two are so funny and playful. Yes, it's because we're twins. Can you imagine us together just... Well, we don't have anything to drink. We have a couple of glasses of wine with us.
That's a whole nother level.
Love all the tips. She says she's 66. Ever worry about the glue pulling off your normal lashes? That's a very good question.
No, because I don't put them on my lashes. Make sense? So
but when
you put them up against them. So what the trick is to letting your your glue, your duo glue on your lash get tacky like a Band-Aid, you don't put it on there super wet because then it'll touch your lashes and then you'll have a problem. Either your eyes are going to get closed shut or you're going to pull them out when you take off your lash. And when you take them off, I don't like to pull the skin too much, but just kind of hold in the corner, start from the outside in. So that helps a little bit.
You two are great together. Definitely sisters. Fun. I know. We'll have to do this much more. Okay, so you're going into the brow.
Yes. So I'm choosing, you can either do a pomade or a pencil. So right now I'm doing the Anastasia, the Brow Wiz. And I think this one is soft brown. Or I'm sorry, medium brown.
Yes, that's the one that she taught me to use. So there's some staples. What are your staples that are in for you that you would say are must-haves?
Anything to manicure those brows, because you never know when somebody's going to make you try to wear a mask. So when you're having your mask, like everything about the eyes is huge. I just love doing the eyes anyway. So it's one thing if you have to run out the door, but if you just do a little touch to your brows, maybe a little mascara, you're good to go.
Okay.
You know.
Good questions, everybody. And yes, I had a feeling that this was such a asked for show. It's something I've always wanted to do. Like I said, I'm a big fan of this woman that I have followed for years. And her platform started with showing, she was really good in TV on her own. She learned from some great makeup artists. And then she would do her own tutorials. Then she'd bring somebody in. She didn't have a Sherrie. I have my Sherrie. She would do hair and makeup tutorials. We'll have to do a hair one next time. Mm-hmm. We'll show what you can do with short hair. Sherrie is, what do you think as far as the percentage of people that come to you? What's the highest percentage of what people do hair wise?
Oh, right now people are really into balayage.
Yeah. Which is what?
It is like, I like to look and reference it as like a Victoria's Secret hair. It's like naturally grown out. People don't want that overly prepped and primed hair, like highlight, low light situation. Mm-hmm. They want something soft. They want something beautiful, something that's going to last them a little bit longer. But of course, like balayage is beautiful and it's built over time. So yeah.
By the way, Richard, who wasn't going to watch our show, he said, I have no idea why I'm watching this, but I can't quit.
Me neither.
Okay. Diane just said, can you use blue mascara if you have blue eyes?
Sure.
But
I think it looks better with brown or black, because sometimes if you are going to go on the Monica show and have a conversation with her, then I just think that the blue might not pop as much as the black or the brown.
I have green eyes, by the way. Or what would you say, Hazel? We're going to try to get your little, you want to put your little plant back in there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
She likes her background. And this looks really cool. It's very photo. Ready for New York.
Yes.
Let's talk. How excited are you for New York?
Girl, I'm super excited. But the problem is my clothes. I picked my clothes out a month in advance and I packed it all. I'm like, I'm not going to touch it. I'm ready to go. And then I'm like, oh, wait. And then I keep buying things. I'm like, no, I need to stop. I don't need 1,500 outfits for 7 days.
Are you doing photo shoots for yourself there too?
Girl,
again?
You know it.
Girl, you know it.
I got Paige, Rebrand Road. They're going to do some photos. It's going to be great.
Yep. So be sure to follow Sherrie again. And Michelle's been doing great dropping her handles again on Instagram, on Facebook to see what's to come. So I'm so proud of you. I've said it before.
Thank you.
And I'm so thrilled with everything you've done up to this point. She's put in the blood, sweat, and tears, and her passion. It shows in everything she does. But Sheer Studios coming in spring, and it's in the old Dominic Michael building.
It is. It's right by Annie Gunn's.
Annie Gunn's.
Yeah.
Which I said is going to be dangerous. I normally like to go and have earlier appointments with Sherrie, but I said, I think I want to be one of your last so that we can run over to Annie Gunn's. Now you understand, Richard, it's not easy to be beautiful. Exactly. We go through all this. Oh, it isn't. Look at all this. Linda says, now you can see what women go through. That's what she's saying. Back to eyebrows. Yes. I have nice silver and gray hair. Eyebrows are white with some gray. What's the best color?
Are you trying to keep them silver and gray families? Because you could do something that is like some sort of brown. There's different browns that are ashy. So look for an ash brown. I feel like that would be the most complimentary if you want to stick within that family. Okay. I wouldn't do anything too auburny that might look reddish, or taupe might look too blonde. So definitely ash brown. Okay. I'm going to take a quick break. When we come back, what are we transitioning to? What are you doing? I'm going to do a little snip. Oh, no. What? She's snipping me. Just a teeny bit. Stay tuned.
Invita Health and Wellness, where you can feel your best both inside and out. Invita isn't your typical med spa. They're a multi-specialty medical spa and wellness center serving St. Louis and its surrounding areas. They have ketamine for mental health and pain, IV therapy, medical weight loss, and aesthetics treatments. As board-certified anesthesia providers, Invita can ensure that their advanced treatments are provided safely with minimal to no pain. So let Invita take care of you. Call 314-394-0950 to book an appointment or online invitahealthandwellness.com. Hi, it's Monica Adams. Thank you so much for following along with The Real Monica Adams Show since we launched back in March. But I wanted to let you know there's so much more that I could do with you, your business, your corporation. Did you know that I'm a motivational speaker all around the world, as well as an MC and an auctioneer? So if you have an event, maybe a nonprofit organization, and you want to book me, just shoot me an email, info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com. Personal training, life coaching, and styling as well. info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com. Welcome back. Welcome back. We are having a good time here, transitioning from our daytime look to our evening look. Okay. She said when we went into the break, hey, our guy's back in the window. You are going to snip me. What are you talking about here, girl?
So sometimes we just have to groom a little eyebrows in between.
Ah.
I'm doing it to her. I don't recommend her doing it, but
Why?
Because you might cut out a chunk. Like we don't want our chunky eyebrows.
Okay, she's gonna give me a little snip.
Just a little bit. She's got stuff going on later.
Yes, by the way, Wet Your Whistle Wednesday returns 4:00 this afternoon. We will be with Chuck Gillentine. He's the owner of Defiance Ridge Vineyards. And I'm super thrilled that we're bringing it back because there were a ton of you that said, what happened to Wet Your Whistle? Well, we love our friends over at Clayton Winehouse. And by the way, they do have a big event coming up on Wednesday of next week that I'll be posting about because it's a fundraiser for someone who lost her husband that works there unexpectedly. And it's kind of tragic. So want to help them out a little bit. So if you're looking for, it's $100 a ticket, but it's 100% of the proceeds that go to help that family out. 2 young kids, a 15-month-old and a 3-month-old. Can you imagine without their daddy? So yeah, I'll tell you a little bit more about that. But we transitioned from Clayton Winehouse to Defiance Ridge Vineyard. So 4:00 this afternoon, I'm going to get my drink on with Chuck. So Sherrie, thank you for being real and staying in sleepy St. Louis and not heading to Hollywood or New York. Grateful. Yes, very grateful. Okay, we are doing
lips. So I'm picking the Dior again. There's tons and tons of glosses.
Is this the color you have on?
No, I have the Fenty on.
Oh, okay.
So this one's got like a little bit more lipstick vibe to it versus gloss. I mean, it's still gloss. So it's called Dior Addict Lip Maximizer.
Okay.
So
congratulations on all your successes, Sherrie.
Thank you.
That's what Diane says. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and put that on her lip. Okay, go ahead and rub that in together.
Are we doing a liner or no?
Nope,
We
not
don't
for the
need a liner.
daytime.
No, not for daytime. Okay.
I mean, you could.
Thanks for going overtime, Monica. I'm in heaven listening to this show. You're welcome.
And sometimes you just have to go back in, like, especially, like if we have creases here and there to make sure they get in there and not over. But if you want the appearance of bare lips, it's okay to hyperline to make them look.
Oh, that's a pretty color.
Isn't it though?
It matches here.
Okay, so do you guys want to know that tip?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. So I hear that the best lip color for each person is to match your nipple. I'm just saying, like everybody knows. I thought all the makeup artists know. So I have
never heard that. I know she whispered. Did you hear what she said? So you can use. Oh, hang on. Richard, now you know why you're still watching, Richard. He said, are you sure you guys aren't drinking? No, not even caffeine in us.
No, we're drinking H2O. H2O.
Michelle said, I suspect Richard just fell off his chair. Did you hear what she said? Y'all, she said that the best lip color is the one that matches your nipple. I love
Just
you.
keeping it real.
I have no. Okay, now I know why we did the show today. This is the best. She said I couldn't hear. That's why I just repeated. I had to think. Oh, she said, "Oh my goodness, what a matching idea!" I'm gonna.
I mean, I wouldn't go to the store and say, "Hey,
Let me show you.
you might."
We're
get
not
kicked
recommending
out.
that.
They might call Jim on you.
Oh, Richard said, so what does a man do? It's the same. You have a nipple?
It's the same.
We all
I
have
mean, if
nipples.
you don't, I'd be curious to see what that looks like.
Trust me, this will be the clip that will be running on social media. Okay, so
there you have it, friends.
she hasn't seen them, by the way. If that's your
No,
next
but I
question,
can
she's
imagine.
guessing. Richard, don't go there. Now I know our women viewers are looking at theirs. Somebody just said, now I need to look. Trust me, that is exactly what just happened here. I love this.
So, yeah, it's nice. It's neutral. It's complementing to her skin tone.
The crew here is showing up going, what is up with these two?
Well, God made you for a reason. Like, use it to your advantage, honey.
Oh my gosh, what a matching idea. Do you whip your boob out in the store? This might be my favorite show for sure since we started. No, we're not drinking, everybody. We're just having a good time. Michelle said lips equals nipples.
There you go.
Okay.
So yes, she's got that on, and this pretty much is her
The best.
Look.
We can drop the mic right there.
Drop mic.
Oh, so this is what you asked for earlier, and which forever.
Yes, forever perfector fix. So you just set, refresh, and spray.
Michelle, I just said that. Michelle goes, this needs to be turned into a reel. That's what I said. It's going to be running all day long. That's what I said.
Okay, watch your mic because it's spraying.
But it needs hydration. The mic needs to be hydrated too. Oh, that smells good.
Yeah, it does. And honestly, forever, I feel like lasts forever. And like I go back to different products and different ways to save a little bit, especially if you're just starting or just learning. You don't necessarily want to go, oh, I'm going to go get the Armani. I'm going to go get the Dior or Chanel, like whatever. Yep. I mean, I'm all about it. I love it, but I've also been doing it for a minute and I know what people like. So
just for a minute. How long have you been doing makeup?
Well, actually longer than hair. I've been licensed for 16 years. Wow. I was with Mac Makeup Company. Would travel with them, do magazine shoots, and I've done film in the past, even before you.
Yep.
I also worked with the Rams cheerleaders. He's making them extra clean today.
He's joining the show.
He's like, let me see that lip color.
He said hi.
So I've been doing that for a lot longer. So the Rams cheerleaders, yes. Now we don't have them, unfortunately, but
she and I believe that in another time that she may have done my makeup and we didn't know it. She
Dancing with the Stars. I used to do Dancing with the Stars.
So I did, if you all don't know, I did Dancing with the St. Louis Stars, but Michelle did my makeup.
Well, I was there doing. Did we split, Monica?
It's okay. You can split me. I got a lot of love to go around. I don't know, but I did. Yeah, I don't know.
Like I feel.
Okay, like... Linda says she agrees. This has been the best show, educating and funny too. I know. Michelle just said, I think that the window guy is coming back to check your form in your squat.
I should
okay.
Do that too. No,
all right. Best eye makeup remover.
Ooh, honestly, I really like. It's in a little blue makeup wipe bag, and you get it at Walgreens. I think it's Neutrogena.
Yeah, I love Neutrogena. I wanted to know what you thought of those makeup remover. They're hydrating.
Yeah.
I keep going back to those. I've spent more money and I always go back to just going to Walgreens.
Same. And you get a 2-pack for like $10.
Thank you, Sherrie, for sharing some great tips. You ladies look great. And I got some good laughs before I head off to work. I think the window cleaner is listening to the show. He keeps returning to the same spot. I know. Okay. Where are we?
So this completes her daytime look. Obviously don't do this. I mean, we're going to do her hair later, but that's something else.
What do you think, y'all? Let me get real close.
Yeah, so it's natural, it's cute, it's enhanced. She still looks like her. It's not overdone. Now, there's tons and tons of different techniques. There's no right or wrong way necessarily. It just depends on what you like. You can go with the heavy contour. You can do with the caking and baking. You can do all that, and it still looks great. But this one is just a little natural. It's easy for you to learn to do at home and replicate, and it's easy to transition into something a little bit more dramatic for the nighttime when we go have wine instead of water.
Yeah, we are having wine. I got to watch my lips. Somebody did say, I missed what you put on your lips.
So we put her a Dior. Let me grab that.
Dior.
Here we go.
Yep. There we go. And what color is that?
So this one says it's 038 Dior Addict.
Addict. I'm an addict now. Look beautiful and natural. That's what you want. But you don't want to overdo it. Richard said she put nippled colored lip gloss on you. Totally missed it. Okay, so I know you wanted to see what it would look like to transition from this to going out to the evening. I tried the Walgreens knockoff brand of Neutrogena, not as good. I agree, because sometimes you can have.
Yes,
all right.
correct.
Are you changing my lip color?
Yes, we're gonna put something a
Oh,
little bit
I
darker.
like it. Okay, I need to get
it's
that.
really pretty. We can just put a little. So I'm a big fan of mixing. Same thing with your foundations and
Mhm.
stuff. We are not even tone. Like if you see a girl without her makeup, it's not just one color. It's a couple different shades, and that's okay. So same thing. You can mix your shades. You can mix your shades of lip, your foundation, shadows. Get creative with it.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna put these in to move her hair out of the way again.
Okay.
So did you want to say something?
No, go ahead.
Oh, I'm going to start with the lashes this time.
Okay, yeah. So because that's one thing that I promised you that we would show, and this is the biggest tip that I want you to pay attention to. Ardell, I told you last week that Ardell is what she's introduced me to. Now these are much bigger than the ones that I use when I am on doing my show in the morning. I do wear them. She's got it to where she taught me, and I do them so quick. I still don't do them as good as she does, but she's at least taught me to do those. I'm going to actually bring our other camera in. Here, we're going to try to put the mic here. I hope you can hear us okay. All right, go ahead.
So I'm going to start with measuring because these are a little bit more dramatic than what we are used to putting on her. We like to do the Ardell Demi Wispies.
Yes.
My favorite.
Mhm.
But these ones are the contour ones. So since she's doing a nighttime thing later, I thought these would be appropriate. So I'm going to go in and measure her lash first. Close your eye.
Okay.
So usually
Hold
when
on, let
they
me
come
do
in a
this.
package.
I'm going to transition us. We're going to get real close here. There's my gorgeous girl. Okay, go ahead.
So they come pretty long. So we got to go and trim them with our little shears, our little scissors.
Okay.
So the way I measure the cutting is you can see that with these lashes,
Mhm.
they go in like little clusters. I'm going to take 2 clusters off for her lash. And some people are not a fan of cutting, but if you cut straight and you don't cut in the middle of those clusters, it'll be fine.
Okay. So show them you're trimming it off here.
See?
Yeah, right there.
Right there. So I took the long piece off.
Okay.
So I'm going to do that for the other one as well.
Okay. Yep, that's the one thing, by the way, everybody, that I don't do. I need to. I just take it and I put it on. And so you want it to come to level with the eye. It shouldn't be over. Yeah, I'm looking at yours.
So I also did them quickly. So hopefully.
No, they look good. I did them quickly. Yeah, go in and show them your eyes. Look at the camera. Wink at the camera. Come over there. Get a little closer. Okay, we're doing eyelashes. Okay, for anybody that's never done this and you've had questions, Diane, you need claws like Sherry's to get them out. How do you remove the lashes from the case? Yes.
Oh, so that's actually a really good question.
Yep.
That's where a lot of people go wrong.
Yes.
You can't just pull the lash from the lashes because then you will ruin
Rip.
them. So what I like to do is, hold on, let me put the I'm going to put the lash glue on the line first,
Mhm.
so that way it can start getting tacky, like drying a little bit, because you can't put the lash on wet. So while we're talking, I'm going to let that dry a little bit.
Marilyn said, Monica, you made me late for work, but I want to wish my boss happy 23 work anniversary into her 24th year. Woo-hoo. Congratulations. Kathy Kilo Peterson, who I was just on the phone with last night. Do you have a good insurance agent? If you don't, let me tell you what, this is the woman that you want to call. She looked at our policy and she is saving us a significant, Jim said, significant amount of money. So we're going to say that Kathy is sponsoring the lash segment right now. Kathy Kilo Peterson, I'm just telling you, you've heard me say it over and over again. If you haven't made the call yet, I don't know why. 636-561-6460. Kathy, thank you for all that you're doing for everybody. All right, so show them that.
Okay, so I'm going to kind of go in so you can kind of see what I do. So do not pull the lashes like this. Like, no. What you do is you kind of like with your thumb, you go in and you pinch off like together slowly. So throughout the whole thing.
Oh.
Because you will get them looking funky.
Look at her. I didn't know this tip.
So just like that. So that way it stays in that shape, that round shape. The closer you keep it to that, the easier it'll go on. And I've seen, unfortunately, people everywhere have like the lashes go everywhere, and you just don't want that. So this is a nice way to keep them in its nice form.
Good tip. See, I'm learning things too, even all the years that she's taught me. And if you look at my makeup at channel 2 to channel 5 and how much it changed, it's because of the incredible tips from this Wonder Woman.
Thank you.
All right, here we go. So, and do you care about whether it's white or gray or black as far as the color of the glue?
I actually do. I prefer the white one because it does dry clear and you can see exactly where it's going. And I feel like it's never done me dirty. So why change
Done
it?
me dirty. All right, I'm going to get close here for you because I know so many of you have asked about lashes. We're going to do my right one.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm going to slightly. So everybody's skin is different on their lid. So with her, I don't like to pull tight, just enough though.
Look at this person.
Oh.
They're watching.
So I'm going right above her lashes. And sometimes you might have to like wiggle it a little bit. But I'm pushing the lashes like on the end towards her eyeball, her lid.
And I got to keep my eye closed, right?
I am, so that way they can kind of see.
Okay.
I mean, you are. You keep your eyes closed. I don't think it'd be good if I had my eyes closed.
How long, when you're putting them on, should you be letting it dry? Open? Okay.
Well, it really depends on how long you let it sit. Because we were talking about like how to properly take them off without messing them up. And then
we can't.
right. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and work on the other one.
What is the biggest thing you see that people do wrong with these?
Put them on while it's too wet. Because if you put them on wet, like I said, you're either going to close your lashes together, you're going to get it in your eyeball, and then you're going to have to call your optometrist, and they're going to say, never wear lashes again. That ain't happening. So let them dry a little bit.
Okay.
Before you put them onto your eye. Tacky like a Band-Aid.
And it should be a thin line of glue, not a big, thick line where then it changes everything you've done prior to.
Okay, open.
Okay.
Blink. It might take a little bit of time to get used to.
Yeah, but these
are a little heavier.
but they're not anywhere near as heavy. So when I started at Channel 5, they had me fly to Colorado.
I remember.
Remember this?
Yeah.
And I took a picture and I sent it to you and I'm like, I literally ripped them off so that I didn't have them on the plane because I felt like I had tarantula eyes.
Yeah.
They were so dark, Sherrie. So dark. Really, really black dark. So what do y'all think? Look at how, so the thing that you have to see.
They make them flirty.
Yeah.
You know, like.
So your eyes really pop. That's why she's a fan of it, especially with me working in television and obviously doing our show, going out doing spokesperson work. You change the dramatic aspect of because all the lights change. Like I'll be on stage bringing Ruby Leon on April 20th at Rickman Auditorium. July 4th, she'll be at Defiance Ridge. So we're doing like concerts and stuff. I'm not going to do just the regular bare natural makeup because I would be lost.
Yeah, you need to go extra.
This is when you need to be extra. I bet Richard and the window cleaner went out for a drink and a cigarette. Oh, Diane said that looks great. Looks like somebody needs to use the bathroom. The door was locked. So they just needed to come in. Okay, so this is what we're doing to transition from, hey, I'm at work. Now I'm going to go out to a nice dinner. I'm going to meet the girls. And so now my eyes are popping even more.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
And if you're in like a dark place, it really makes them go, oh, wow. But this doesn't look so, like I was thinking, they're bigger than what I usually use, but it's not so much of people thinking,
yeah,
your eyelashes came in the room before you did. Okay, what else would we do for the transition?
I would definitely say we'll leave the lip for last, but I think I'm going to go a little heavier on the cheekbone because, like you said, dim lights in places is a thing. So I'm just going to go a little heavier with the contour, not so much the blush because I think the blush is perfect. So it just adds a little extra to your face. Oh, and highlighter.
And highlighter. Yes. I was going to ask you about that.
Yep. So just a little bit more to give that little extra contrast, that little pop against the highlighter, illuminator, whatever you want to call it.
As we get into spring and summer, do we do like bronzers and things like that?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yep. Love that.
So Dior again. This one is Dior Forever.
Dior Forever. Oh, that's a good color.
Right. Ooh.
There's a little shimmer to that?
A little shimmer,
okay.
Yeah.
And one of the things when we were on TV, and it doesn't matter as much, a fan brush. It didn't matter. It doesn't matter as much now with this show as opposed to when I was in television. But we really wanted to watch when I was picking my eyeshadows and my foundation, etc., that there wasn't a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
And why was that?
Just because sometimes like the reflection can kind of almost make you look a little cross-eyed, and I mean it does. It looks crazy. There was I should just say it just happens. Let's not do that. So yes,
We're not going to call anybody out.
correct.
Okay. Can you wear eyelashes during the day also?
Yeah, of course.
I do. Diane, I always have eyelashes on.
It depends on like the kind. So like this one is the contour one. It's a little bit more dramatic,
Yeah.
but the demi wispies are so perfect for daytime. They're just light enough and it accents any eyeball.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we did some on her upper cheek, like right in here, and then we're gonna do some down the center of her nose and the little tip of her nose. It
And
kind
why
of
do we do that?
just because it gives it a nice little shape, a little contour. Just not that you have some sort of shape. You have a cute little button nose, but it just makes it look really good in picture. And then I'm also gonna do some right above her lip, like right in here by her Cupid's bow.
Cupid's bow.
Mm-hmm. It's Valentine's Day almost, right?
That's right. Get me ready for love. I know a good question for you.
Okay. The fan brush. Love it.
Why?
Because the way it fans out, it's light enough and it's not going to put it into like a circular motion. It's fanned out so that way you can kind of like,
Okay.
it's good for this. It's good for your nose.
When we are picking the the lip liner for the lipstick or the gloss or anything you're using, are you going a shade darker?
You can, or you could try to match it. I wouldn't go lighter. That doesn't make
Right.
sense to me. But they do have a clear liner, especially if you have a situation where your hand might shake a little bit. It just kind of adds like a little waxy like outline, so it won't slip out.
Okay. And then do you like some of the glosses and things that are out there? And I should say, and do they actually work, that are supposed to plump the lips?
Yes. So it'll plump temporarily. It won't plump like a filler.
Right. Okay. All right. Where are we?
Yeah. Okay. Let's add.
We're transitioning, everybody, by the way. Welcome to our Instagram viewers, to our X viewers, to Facebook and to YouTube. We're on all those platforms. And tomorrow on our audio podcast platforms, which all of your major audio podcast platforms, we always drop a show for you that you have heard or seen in the past, maybe, but this is really to receive the message. It's one of my favorites. Mitch Albom, phenomenal author. You know, it's The 5 People You Meet in Heaven, Tuesdays with Maury, et cetera, et cetera. Mitch will be on our audio podcast tomorrow at 8 a.m. That drops. What's this?
So this is, now don't be intimidated by going darker because like I said, mixing is huge. So this one is a MAC lip color and this one's really good. It stains a little and this one's called So Me. So I'm mixing it with a Dior gloss. It's going to glide on nicely and then dry nicely as well. So I'm just going to dabble it on different parts of her lip and she's going to have to rub that in. And if you go too dark with this one, it's going to look really, really dark and we don't want that. But
rub it in?
Yeah, go ahead and rub it in.
Do the lashes go on before or after the eyeliner normally?
So I like to put it on before and then you can always touch up after because that is just kind of like sealing it in. Yeah, it just adds a little something to it.
I got something on the top. Don't I?
Yeah. So right now I'm just hyperlining her lips a little bit to make them a little bit more pouty. And then I'm going to follow in with a little extra gloss. And again, there's tons and tons of different ways to do different looks.
Oh, do you ever use liquid eye makeup remover?
I haven't in a long time. I'm just a huge fan of the wipes. I start with the wipes, get that all off, and then I take my pre-cleanser to get everything else off, and then I do my regular face wash because it's like a shampoo. You got to double shampoo to really get a shampoo. You know, if it's not setting up, it's not really getting clean.
Yeah, we haven't even done. We're not doing hair today because we don't have time, but we will. Richard just said, "What body part color do you use for the liner?" Richard, you can't stop watching.
I'll let him use his imagination.
Okay.
So we're going in with the gloss. Okay, rub that in.
Good questions today, everybody. I love how active you are. You're welcome, Char. I really do need to get that Dior color.
Oh, girl, it's so good.
Addict.
Yes, and If you totally love it, we can just wipe that off later. And,
Oh, it's pretty though. Oh no, this one's nice too.
So I just want to, I know I said 3 things, but I want to add a little extra highlight on the inside of her eye, just to add a little pop to it and a little smoke underneath.
Smoky.
So we're going
Total
back.
smoke show today.
Ooh. So we're going back to the chocolate palette. It's called Milk It. We're going to put that in the corner.
They used to, when I modeled, they used to put white, like a dot in the crease of our eye.
Yep.
Why?
It just makes it like highlight and your eyes drawn to it. Like you're drawn to lighter colors just because it's not hiding in the shadow. Like the highs and lows. You can go ahead and open.
Is that something that's still done, or is that kind of an old makeup?
Oh no, it's still done here and there. Things always come back around, and I feel like it's around, or at least in my chair, it's around.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go ahead and smoke with the same browns underneath her eye, but be very, very careful that it doesn't sprinkle onto all the other work that you already did.
Okay.
So definitely tap that powder off.
Okay.
Eyeballs up.
Up. Did you put mascara on the bottom?
Not yet.
Oh, I didn't think so. I was just going to say that every makeup artist used to make my eyes tickle so bad that they would water. And I would always be like, oh my gosh, we just ruined what you did.
Oh.
So her technique that doesn't ever happen.
Okay.
But yeah, they used to always do that. And I would be like, okay, here it goes. I'm starting to cry.
Okay. I'm going to do one more trick.
Tricks,
So
tips.
this is NYX of the Milk Pen. I freaking love it. It's good for a base for your eyeshadow. It's good to really open up your eye as well. So I'm like all about opening the eye, especially when you're on TV or like if you're on stage. There's a lot of crazy shadows and tons of lights that sometimes your lashes create a shadow and it looks a little bit dark underneath even after you concealed. So this is a nice way to kind of like keep that open.
Okay.
So NYX Milk Pen, I think like $3.
At where? Walgreens?
Probably.
So NYX is actually a brand that I look up.
Yep.
That I started to fall in love with. It started to remind me of a line that I used to, when HD TV started coming out, I used to be a fan of Smashbox. And that reminds me.
Is there any way you can show like the difference of your 2 eyes?
Can you, here, hold that for me. I'm going to go into our Sherrie cam. Let's bring our Sherrie cam back into play. All right. So what do you want me to do?
I want you to just look into the camera somehow. If they could see the difference between the light color and not.
That?
Can you get to... Okay.
There.
Yeah, it's just showing backwards on here.
Yep.
Okay, so you can see one looks a little bit more open than the other because there's white in it. White, there you go. White in the waterline. Whereas this one isn't. It almost makes your eyeballs look even whiter.
Yeah.
So it's just a little trick, especially when you're on TV, to make it pop.
All right. Little tips. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
We've got so many apparatuses here. Okay. And then.
Yep, eyeballs up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Pop, pop.
Pop, pop.
Pop, pop.
And then just a teeny bit of mascara. Just a teeny bit. Nothing crazy because we all naturally, somehow, some way, always get mascara around our eyes throughout the day. So you don't want a whole lot down there because we don't want to look raccoony.
See, this is where we all usually overdo it.
Okay, let's see. One more time to set since we got other stuff
Okay.
on there.
We'll move the microphone out. That really does smell good, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I know you can't smell it, but I am a huge fan of products and my hair smelling good.
Yes.
And then if you can do the same thing with makeup. Look at
There you go.
Now we just went from work to out on the town.
Yep.
That quick, just small little transitions. And I'm ready for Wet Your Whistle, which, as you can see on the screen, returns at 4:00 this afternoon. Isn't she amazing?
Thank you. So
High
are
five.
You. High five.
Great questions to all of you, though. Also, you made it a big show today and some of the biggest numbers we've seen in a long time. So I'd love to bring Sherrie back. We are going to be following. You've got to stay in touch and let me know how New York is.
Yes.
And then when's Paris?
September 23rd through October 1st.
And then one of the things that's on her list also is hoping for
Milan and London.
Milan.
And J-Lo. J-Lo, I'm coming for you.
Yes. Her new movie just came out, didn't it? Or it's coming out about her life.
I saw something. I don't know when, though.
I think it did. She's a huge J-Lo fan. And when I was at Channel 5, there was a movie that we had. I think you put that in a sizzle reel, which cracked me up. It's like, there she is. There she is. She is St. Louis's J-Lo for sure. Beautiful. I just tried following all these steps and finishing up with my mask. Look at, she was doing it at home.
That's awesome.
You'll have to show us some pictures and drop some comments in as well. Any last comments that we didn't get a chance to do today?
No, I think we pretty much hit all the bases as far
Yeah.
as makeup goes. I don't want to tap into the hair world.
No,
just yet.
yeah, we're not.
Nope.
We're not going to do that. So Michelle, by the way, thank you so much for putting everything together. Michelle ran through all the different products that you had, and we'll provide a list of that. None of those obviously have anything to do with us making any money. It's just her helping you out. And I think the biggest thing that she stressed is you don't have to spend a ridiculous amount of money. Here it is from a professional makeup artist, where she said she mixed in, Dior, YSL, NYX. We talked about Neutrogena. We talked about Walgreens and Ulta and Sephora and online. You've got to do overall what works for you, right?
Exactly. Yep.
And then learn from the best. So keep an eye on her pages one more time. The handle for you?
It is Sherrie, sheer.sherrie, SHEAR.SHERRIE.
Don't you love her? And good luck. Again, maybe try to get on a waiting list as she opens up Sheer Studios here in the Chesterfield area within the next few months. So spring of this year, she will open up her dream. And so what's the final message you would give everybody that's holding themselves back from doing what you're doing, following the dream?
Following the dream, just never stop. It doesn't matter how long it takes. Just keep going out there, doing what you got to do. Do it with a kind heart, and you'll be golden.
There you go, everybody. And kindness is what we always talk about. That's how we're going to wrap it up. I love each and every one of you, and I thank you so much for being a part of the show today. Thank you for all of the comments and the questions. I hope you got some great tips. Kathleen said, great show, great show. Everybody's great show. Best wishes to you, Sherrie, and all your upcoming events. We will be following up and letting you know how New York goes, and then getting her ready as she gets ready for New York and Paris and hopefully Milan, as well as London, and some big things ahead. We will keep you abreast of when she opens as well. We need to do a grand opening.
Yeah. Grand openings in the works.
All right. Yay. Love you, my friend.
Love you.
We're going to do this. We're going
Yes.
to take care of that. Everybody, thank you so much. I'll see you at 4:00 this afternoon. Make sure that you're with us for the Wet Your Whistle that comes back, brought to you by Defiance Ridge. Chuck, I can't wait to join you in a handful of hours. Thank you all so much. Again, go out and meet these people that are, well, I don't care whether they're the window washer or if they're the president of the United States. No matter what, be kind to everybody. God bless you all.